Okay, so tripod is a really valuable tool to use when you're videoing. It keeps things steady, you can pan and tilt smoothly, but it's really important to just know a few useful things with the tripod. First thing is, it should be level, and you can probably see that the camera head on this one is not level. And each tripod has a spirit level just here. And what I can do is just twist this underneath, and you'll see it becomes loose, and I can move it around until that bubble is in the middle. When it is, I just tighten that up, make sure it's tight, and you can see I can now pan smoothly. If it was at an angle, you'd see as you panned, the image sort of move down or up depending on the direction that you're actually panning. So that's a really good thing. It does get everything nice and neat as well. So one of the other things I find really useful when I'm using the tripod is when I'm panning or tilting to make sure that I finish in a nice comfortable position. So let me just show you. I'm in this comfortable position here. I want to pan across over to there, and you'll see that as I pan across, I'm kind of going off balance and probably not doing a very smooth job of it. It doesn't look very good. So what I'm going to do is, rather than do that, I'm going to move to a comfortable position here. That's my end point. And what I'm going to do is move to where I'm going to start, which is over here. And you'll see that now when I start panning, it's much smoother and I finish off being comfortable and not off balance. And I did start, well, off balance a little bit, but not a lot. And that's a really, really good tip when you're using the tripod, whether you're tilting or panning. So with the tilt, I would also make sure that I was in a comfortable position. Never seems to be that much of a problem with tilting, but with panning, you can see really important. And it's also important when you're doing it handheld too. So let me just take the camera off the tripod here for a moment. And what you'll see is the same thing applies. If I start here and then start panning across, again you can see I'm kind of in a finished position. I'm not very stable, it's wobbling around a bit. If I'd started here, got my end points, and then moved from here across like that, I can stay in this position a lot longer. And I do find that when I'm panning, it's normally the end position where I end up staying the most for the kind of work that I do. So I'm normally panning across to find something, find a presenter. So that end point is the one that I'm going to be in the position for the longest for, usually. If it's the other way around, well, then you might want to start off being comfortable in the start position. So there's two really, really useful tips for you. One, make sure that the tripod is nice and level, it's balanced, and that it's stable. Always kind of make sure. The higher you go, you need to be careful about that. And also when you're panning or tilting, just make sure, and even when you're handheld, that you're finishing in the comfortable position.